सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानामालयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। नारायणं पद्मभवं वसिष्ठं शक्तिं च तत्पुत्रपराशरं च व्यासं शुकं गौडपदं महान्तं गोविन्दयोगीन्द्रमथास्य शिष्यं श्रीशङ्कराचार्यमथास्य पद्मपादं च हस्तामलकं च शिष्यं तन्तोटकं वार्तिककारमन्यानस्मद्गुरुं सन्ततमानतोऽस्मि। यत्साक्षात् सच्चिदानन्दं प्रत्यगद्वयमक्रियं तन्नमामि नृसिंहस्य योगिगम्यं परं पदं खानिलाग्न्यब्धरित्रयन्तं स्रक्फणीयोद्गतं यतः ध्वान्तच्छिदे नमस्तस्मै हरये बुद्धिसाक्षिणे। श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। so so we looked at which verse last 77. So siddhatvacha na sadhyam yatah, because Brahma Atma is a siddha vastu, there is nothing to be produced, which is what karma can do. All the apya, samskarya, vikarya. So this is none of that. It is already a siddha vastu. And now your Brahma is bhinna bhinnatmaka. Therefore, samanya itar rupabhyam karma atmaivasya yogina jnanina. This jnani yogi who considers himself as Brahma, he is one with Brahma, but this Brahma is what kind of Brahma? As per the Purva Pashi, it is Bheda Bhedavadi, it is Bheda Rupa Brahma. Bheda and Abheda both Rupa Brahma. So that kind of Brahma, there Samanya Nitar is all Brahma only because everything is Brahma. Now, when real Bheda is also part of this Abheda Brahma, with whom the yogi is abhinna, then samanya nitara karma, meaning vishesha karma, they are all part of him. Meaning he doesn't have to do any karma. What niyoga, what vidhi will be there for him? Nishwasa, ushwasa vat, tasmat na niyogam apekshate. Niyogam na apekshate. Tasmat, kasmat, what is the hetu? Because it is like his very breath, it is part of him. It is like his very breath. Further, what we looked at, evam abheda pakshi nirakૃते punarbheda bheda paksham utthapiti tasya swarupena. So this was abheda paksha. I'm sorry, 77 was abheda paksha. Abheda with this Brahma, but Brahma is of all types. Now bheda. So I didn't go wrong there. I said abheda with that Brahma, which is bhinna bhintatmaka. So which is right. Now not abheda with Brahma. Here what is being said? Astutari bhinna bhinnatmakam Brahma. It is not one with prapancha, but it is bhinna also, abhinna also. This is the paksha we are looking at. I mean, so much of, in Hindi they say bahut raita phaila rakha hai. It is all over the place, You don't know which paksha is going on. All that, it is all purva paksha. So generally, when you look at Brahma Sutra or even elsewhere, I also had this, in my student life. I mean, I'm still a student, but still, when I was a full-time student, that time I also had this question: whose Purva Paksha is this? Whose Purva Paksha is? Which Darshanika asked this question? But all this will not help us. It is Purva Paksha is sufficient information. Somewhere you get the idea, okay, this is this Sankhya, this is this Tarkika, etc. But there are so many varieties, you cannot categorize them into only this type. They are all, there's a lot of bhel, a lot of mishrana. So all you know is that, okay, he's talking about Bheda, then he's talking about Abheda, then he's talking about Bheda. Now, whether you are one with or not, there also he has differences. So it is all, so many pakshas, permutation and combinations, all have been analyzed by Bhagavan Vartikakara and basically refuted. So here, astutarihi bhinna bhinnatmakam brahma tatha sati jnana karmani sambhavata. Now this also we read it as either Purva Paksha also, and it is possible as Purva Paksha, it is possible as Siddhanta also. So tatach sati, what will happen is that jnana karmani sambhavata. Jnana and karma both are possible. So we had seen the examples uh, in the टीका here as to tishtatu tavat brahmano bhinna bhinnatum loke api ayam paksha na sambhavati. If Bheda and Abheda both are possible, such a paksha, why do you have to take with respect to Brahma? It is not possible in Loka also. So Purva Pakshi has said, no, in Loka it is very much possible. How do you say it is not possible? Na Sambhavati. He has given an example as to Sangata, Shuklapata, Ityadi, Mricharava, Dandi, Devadatyado. There is Samana Vishesha, Dravya Guna, Samanadikaranya. And due to Samanadikaranya, you say that without Abheda, there cannot be Samanadikaranya. So Abheda has to be accepted between what? Between Sat and Ghata, Shukla and Pata, Mrut and Charava, Dandi and Devadatta. But they have other applications also. Shukla need not be only Pata. Shukla can be something else also. It can be, Shukla Ghata also. It can be Matha also. It can be a lot of things. So in some cases where you're accepting Samanadikaran, there Abheda has to be accepted, while Bheda is also there. So Bheda example is what? He says Bheda example is what? So Samanadikaran Atyanta Bhede wouldn't have been possible. Anupapadyamanam. And if there is Atyanta Abheda, you cannot have Bheda also. Atyanta Abhede cha Pataha Ghataha Ashwa Mahisha iti ityadu Adarshanath. Samanadikarana is not seen. There, Abheda, had there been Abheda, you couldn't have said Pata is different, Ghata is different, Ashwa and Mahisha are different. So Bheda is also there. Abheda is also there, Bheda is also there. Therefore, Anupamadmanam bhinna bhinnatvam kalpayati iti shankate. So we have to do kalpana. Bheda and Abheda both are possible. King karanam. So they are king karanam to this. Tari vaktavyam abheda ityatra naya. We saw what kind of nai is being used. Nai, whether it is Bheda Bhava or Bheda Virodhi, if it is both are not possible. Abhava and Bhava cannot go together and Virodhis cannot go together. So two are gone. Third Paksha is Bheda Danya. If you say Bheda Danya, then Rupa Adi also will become Bheda. Their Rupa etc. also separate from, different from Bheda. Therefore, they will also be called as Abheda and it would be Alaukika Prasanga. So there was a mention as to Alaukika. So I didn't see, I saw the marking in the Tika, but there was so much of Tika. So I went back and we covered that also. So here, Alaukikatva apatte. Such a thing would be mystical, so to say. We'll just say mystical, Alaukika, it would be Alaukika. But in Loka, you don't have such understanding. We say this, there is Veda, there is Abheda elsewhere, but not simultaneously. There is no Bheda together. If you say this Nai is like that, Bheda and Abheda go together, it is not true. There is not Bheda Anya, there is no Bheda Virodhi, and there is no Bheda Abhava that goes together with Bheda. So this was the Paksha we had seen. Now, in the Mula, so Mula we had gone back. So Mula, there was Nahi. Nahi was introduced by saying what? In the Tika, thereby Kalpita Bhedena. Now you say, okay, then what about the Samanadikaranya and not having Samanadikaranya? How is it possible? He says, Kalpita Bhedena, there is no real Bheda. Real Bheda and real Abheda cannot be together any which way you take the meaning of Nahi. Therefore, Kalpita Bheda and real Abheda are together, we agree. Not only in Loka, with respect to Brahma also, that is in Nyaya. Vyavaharika Satta is where you have Bheda and that is Kalpita Bheda. And in reality, Paramarthika Satta is there is Abheda, real Abheda. There is no issue of Kalpita being together with the real Abheda. Kalpita Bheda with real Abheda, there is no Virodha. This is the Paksha. And thereby, Kalpita Bhedena api soyam devdatta kham chidram ityado iva sambhavat iti avipretya pariharati nahi bhinna ayam iti. So now the Mula. Nahi मूलकार से नहीं भिन्न अयम इति अभेद बुद्धिम अनिराकृत्य भेद बुद्धि ही पदार्थम आलिंगते. There is no way that the bheda buddhi is there and abheda is there. It is always, whenever there is a bheda buddhi, when you look at bheda buddhi, only when abheda buddhi is nirakrita, is taken away. You cannot say there is abheda as well as bheda. See, if you see twins, take the example of twins. When you look at twins, they are both look, Siamese twins, they look exactly the same. So when you say they are same, when you think they are same, if you see one at a time, you will say, oh, it's the same person. But if you look at both together, then you have to say they are similar, they are not same. Or you say, oh, they are same to same, exact. How do you differentiate? Parents know how to differentiate. We don't know. So we don't know how to differentiate. Parents know something. So here, abheda buddhi has to go for bheda to come in. So when you look at them, the abheda buddhi, both are the same person. This idea has to go to say these two are different. Similarly here, this is a general nyaya. You cannot have bheda if there is abheda buddhi. Abheda buddhi has to go, then only bheda is possible. In Vyavahara also, for a jnani also, when he is doing Vyavahara, some cases he has to hold on to that bheda buddhi. Otherwise, it's not possible. Of course, you can say prarabdha drishti and all that, but still I'm saying that some bheda is there in prarabdha also, so that the body ticks. So here, bhinna ayam, when you say, nahi bhinna ayam, when you say this person is different from that. In the example, Swayam Devadatta. So we come from the twin example, understanding that to Swayam Devadatta. If the Desha Kala, where you had seen Devadatta earlier, and the Desha Kala where you are seeing Devadatta now, if they had not been different, meaning, I'm not saying they are not been different, without that, both Desha and Kala, Bheda is also possible only when this Abheda Drishti goes away. If you already know Devadatta is one, then this Bheda Ashraya will not be needed at all. You have to say that this, when you are analyzing Swayam Devadatta, there you think of two entities, right? Then you say, no, it is the same person. So to land on the same person, there has to be some basic difference between something. What is that? So if you saw Devadatta, if it is the same Devadatta 2 days back, you generally don't get this idea. You will just have say, oh, I saw it in Delhi. Or have you come to Rishikesh? You don't have this question. When is the question? When you have seen Devadatta many, many years back. That entity has changed. There is some characteristic which is different, some which is same. So you look at that person and say, is it the same person? So when you have that doubt, no, is it the same person or not? Then only you will use this nyaya, bhagatyaga lakshana, and say, no, saha ayam devadatta. You leave out the differences and hold on to similarities and say it is the same person. So abheda, if you already knew it is Devadatta, Devadatta's parents don't have a doubt whether it is the same Devadatta, even if, because they have seen him day in, day out. Day in, day out. Even if they see him after a long gap also, still they'll know. Parents will know. Others may not know. So that nahi bhinna ayam, this person is different. This idea, is it the same Devadatta or not? This is different Devadatta. That will not come if you know Devadatta as a single entity. So abheda buddhi iti ayam iti abheda buddhim anirakritya. That abheda buddhi has to go. In the case of twins now. So their abheda buddhi, it is not the same person, they are two different people. Then only bheda buddhi is possible. Otherwise, bheda buddhi is not possible. If you know Devadatta as Devadatta, you won't have bheda buddhi. Similarly, if you know twins, you already, if you know it is only one person, then you will not think of two. Only when you see these two together, that time that abheda buddhi goes away and bheda buddhi comes in. So this is the idea there. Similarly, in the case of Brahma here and Loka also, evam hi anabhyupagame bhinna bhinna padartayo alaukikatvam prasajjeta. If you do not accept this, that abheda buddhi has to go to see bheda, then there will be alaukikatva. It is something mystical. Mystical, we are saying mystical, so what? There are some many mystical things. No. In Loka, you cannot say it is mystical. It is not one of exception. We are talking about regular behavior of every prani. Every prani has vyavahara in bheda. That bheda vyavahara is possible only when abheda is not there. They are not together. No way are they together, especially when you think both are real. Bheda is also real and abheda is also real. There's a tippana. What is it? Aprasiddhatvam iti bhava. So what is alaukikatvam? It is not something mystical really. We cannot say, we'll say it will become mystical, but it is not so. Meaning what? Aprasiddham. Aprasiddhatvam. It will become aprasiddha. It is not true. You can explain how everything happens in the world, but people are going around their lives without knowing these, specifics. So that's how it is. They have taken it for granted that there is Bheda, or Jnani has taken it with understanding that there is Abheda. There is no possibility of Bheda and Abheda being together in Loka also, let alone in case of Brahma. Tika. भेद बुद्धि अभेद बुद्धिम अनिराकृत्य नहीं पदार्थम आलिंगते इति अन्वय. So he is showing the अन्वय, some care towards the readers. He says, maybe you didn't understand that, so I'll give you the अन्वय. So anyway, when you make अन्वयas, you have to start with Tinganta pada, you will not go wrong, or start with equivalent to Tinga. If there is no Tinganta pada, you go with Krityaha, or you go with like this Labanta, Twa Pratyas, which are verb equivalents. You start with the verb, you will not go wrong. I've seen many people who have studied Vyakarana also. Sutras are Kantastha, but can't do Anvaya. Why? Because there is no idea of where the Anvaya, analysis should start. It is always with the verb or verb equivalent. Never start with the first word. In Sanskrit, it is not like that. In Sanskrit, you have to make a prose Anvaya to understand. Of course, after a long time, when you're reading, it will make sense. But you have to look at the analysis from the verbs, perspective of the verbs, how the karakas are connected with the verbs. So therefore, why? Because he's showing anvaya. There is no anvaya needed here. See, if you read this sentence, if you have bhashya abhyasa, there is no issue. Otherwise, there is an issue. Nahi bhinno ayam iti bheda buddhim anirakritya bheda buddhi padartham alingate. So many words are there. Karaka connections are not clear to many. Therefore, he gives अन्वय there. So भेद बुद्धि अभेद बुद्धिम अनिराकृत्य नहीं पदार्थम आलिंगते. Otherwise, how else can you do अन्वय? See, generally, this is an अन्वय given by the Tika, but this is also difficult for many. Why? This भेद बुद्धि is not connecting with alingate very well. So what is an even easier अन्वय? This twa or lyap pratyaya. Lyap is a replacement for twa. So the first kriya should go earlier and the second kriya should go later. That being the case, a simpler anvaya here would be what? Bheda buddhim anirakritya. That is the first kriya done. Then you bring the bheda buddhi, the karta for the second kriya in the second part, not in the first part. Make it even easier. So bheda buddhim anirakritya. अभेद बुद्धिम अनिराकृत्य भेद बुद्धि पदार्थम नहीं आलिंगते. So you have to do so much of spoon feeding at times. So he is given one step, of understanding. He is given some connection. That's all he has done. It is not the anvaya in prose order the way we understand these days. In these days you cannot say, Vanam gacchati Rama. People will not understand. You have to say Rama, Kartrupada should go first, then Vanam, then gacchati. So anyway, Bhagavan Rama keeps on going, saving us. He keeps on going to Vana. So Bheda Buddhi, Abheda Buddhim Anirakritya Nahi Padartham Alingate. Padartham Nahi Alingate. What is the meaning there? It will not connect with the Padartha. Alingana is really hugging. So hugging means what? It will not have sambandha. There will be no possibility of Padartha seen as Bhinna unless this Abheda goes away. Iti Anvaya. Astu yatha tatava loke Brahmani punaha bhinna bhinnatvam sarvata eva anupapannam ityaha. Atha iti. Siddhanti looks at the face of the Purvapakshi, says he is not willing to listen to all this. He says, Astu yatha tata, let it be however it is in the loka, we don't really care. What you see in the loka, in the sandarbha, we are talking about Brahma. In the case of Brahma, it will not work. So, astu yatha tatava loke. Be it however you. So, generally, after a while, you say, you take it however you want. In the example, so people will spend a lot of time on the example itself, considering that itself is the exemplified. So Siddhanti says, let that loka be aside, however you understand in the loka, let it be. But in the case of Brahma, Brahmani punaha, bhinna bhinnatvam sarvata eva anupapannam ityaha. It is just not possible. There will be Bheda also and Abheda also with respect to Brahma. It is not possible. Meaning Brahma cannot be Bhinna from the Prapancha and Abhinna both in reality. Thereby, Sambandokti is Atha iti. Atha. So Vartikakara says, Atha nishpramanakam api ashriyate tada api ubhaya paksha abhyupagamat abheda pakshe dukhi brahma syat. He says, now let me help you understand what is the corollary of this. What is the resultant of this assumption of your darshana, Veda Veda darshana? What will happen if you say Brahma is really abhinna from the prapancha and really bhinna also? Meaning the way prapancha is as is, with all its sukha dukkha. Lot of dukkha, some sukha. If you say Brahma is one with it in reality as it is, with Nama Rupa as it is, all jivas, with all antakkaranas, he has real sambandha, he is really one with them. Then what will happen? Atha nishpramanakam api ashriyate. It will become nishpramana. I mean, what kind of understanding is this? There is no pramana for this. Prapancha and Brahma being exactly one and the same, as is, and also different. There is no pramana in Shruti. So on what basis have you concluded? One issue there is, one big issue is that you have concluded without pramana. So Kapola Kalpita Ityartha, you are imagining ideas as facts. Tadapi ubhaya paksha abhyupagamat. First what? Abheda with prapancha. Then ubhaya paksha. If you take, bheda, abheda both as real, then what will happen? Then abheda is real. Bheda is real, all right, but abheda is real, right? Now we are saying abheda as is real. Therefore, abheda pakshe brahma dukhi syat. Dukhi Brahma. What kind of Brahma do we have? Not Anandatmaka Brahma. Shruti is saying Satchidananda Brahma, Ananta Satyam Jnanam Anantam, Satchidananda Brahma, Anandatmaka. The entire search is for Ananda, and you have become one with what kind of Brahma? Dukhi Brahma. No, though. Purva Pakshi may say no, the Brahma is all Anandatmaka only. Why would you make him Dukhi? He says, do you have Dukkha or not? He is one with you, so he will become Dukhi. Brahma will become Dukhi because you are Dukhi. Prapancha is full of Dukkha. Therefore, Dukhi Brahmasya. Ataha. Therefore, 78th verse is Bhinna Bhinnam Visheshaishche Dukhi Syad Brahmate Dhruvam Ashesha Dukkhita Chasyad Daho Prajnatma Vadinam Atmavedinam. Sorry. Atmavedinam. There is a Tippana, there is a Pataveda. Atmavadinam iti Pathantaram. So instead of Atmavedinam, Atmavadinam, that comes to this thing, the slip of tongue is also right, thankfully. So anyway, there is a Pathantara like that. So Bhinna Bhinnam Visheshaihi Chet Dukhi Syat Brahma Te Dhruvam Ashesha Dukkhita Cha Syat Aho Prajna Atmavedinam. So he says you are an Atmavedi. Atmavadi, Atmavedi. So for you, Atmavedi, there is a sarcastic tone used. Oh, what prajna, what? You are very smart. So, am I really smart? No, it's a sarcasm. So he says it's a sarcastic tone. Oh, he says, aho prajna Atmavedina. Why? Because after all this Veda, with lot of effort, using your own buddhi, going against all pramana, you say, I can do better. Generally when you say, oh, you think you know better, he thinks he knows better, so he knows better than Shruti also. So he has concluded this, and therefore he says, what prajna you have, how smart you are. Bhinna bhinnam visheshaihi chet. Bhinna and abhinna, visheshaihi, along with vishesha, what do you have? The visheshaihi, bhinnam also, abhinna also. Ched Brahma, then what will happen? Brahma dukhi syat. But someone may say, yeah, Brahma is Atma, Atma is sometimes Sukhi, sometimes Dukhi. No, no, in your case, not only sometimes, you may be sometimes Sukhi, sometimes Dukhi. Brahma will become Dhruvam, Dhruvam Dukhi, will be Dukhi all the time. Definitely, Dridhataya. That Dukhitva will not change. Because he is one with every Dukhi. So if you are Sukhi, Brahma will be Dukhi. You may be Sukhi sometimes, but he is one with all Dukhis, and therefore, so that Dukha will never end. Then what? Ashesha Dukkhita cha syat. Not only one Dukha here and there, all Ashesha Dukha. Wherever there is Dukha, all Dukha belongs to him. So we go to a temple and say, Bhagwan, please take away my Dukkhas. We offer our Dukkhas to Bhagwan. He takes it. And he becomes Dukhi. Here you don't have to go to the temple. He is one with all that. And sitting here, Bhagwan will become Dukhi. What? Aho Prajna. Atmavedinam. Aho Prajna Atmavedinam. So, not much Anvaya there. So, Bhinna Visheshaihi Bhinna Bhinnam Visheshai Brahma Bhinna Bhinnam Ched. Then Brahma Te in your Paksha. Te Tava. Te Brahma. Your Brahma. Not our Brahma. Te Brahma. Tava Brahma. Te Brahma. Dhruvam Dukhi Syat. Then Brahma what? Then Ashesha Dukkhita cha Syat. Brahmana. So you'll hear it is converted to Shashti. Brahmana Ashesha Dukkhita cha Syat. Aho Prajna Atmavadinam. Aho Atmavadinam Prajna. Kim Prajna. Ka Prajna. Ka Prajna. Like that you can add. So this is the 78th verse proper. The Teka says, न केवलम दुःखित्वमात्रम सर्वजीवा अभेदात तद्गतम अखिलम अपि दुःखित्वम ब्रह्मगतम एव इति तत्प्राप्तिः अनर्थाय एव स्यादिति सोपहासम आह. Sopahasam. Like Bhagwan Krishna in the 2.10-11 verse. And so he says, you are like a Pandita. Pandita, he says to Arjuna, you are talking like a Prajna Vadansha. They are also Prajna Vadansha Bhashase. So he says Prajna Vadansha Bhashase. You are, and what? You are in grief also. Shokamoha is also there, and you are talking some really, some big ideals. But you are following, it is not like that. Says they Panditas, they don't, Pandita is Shastra, do no Shastra, Jnanis. They're Pandasya, Panda, Jnanamasya asti iti Pandita there. Panda is Jnana there. So they Nanu Sochanti. You Anvachochas Tvam. You on the other hand, you are grieving Prajna Vadasya Bhashase, meaning what? You are just blabbering. It is Wikipedia Vedanta. It is not real Vedanta Dharma and all that. So he says, what is this? See, similarly here, na kevalam dukkhittva matram dukkhittva matram brahmana. Not only that, some dukkhittva here and there. No. Sarva jiva abhevat. Because this Brahma is really not different from all jivas, and you have different jivas. This is not one jiva. All jivas, and all jivas have dukkha sometime or the other. Most of them are in dukkha only. Generally, they say culturally in Western countries also. Generally here you ask, these days it has also changed, but generally people are really wanted to know when they ask you, how are you doing? If you say, not doing well, they ask, what happened and all that. But Western culture, fast life, even Mumbai life fast. So you're going on and somebody asks, how are you doing? I'm okay, I'm doing good, all first class. These are the answers expected. Even if you say, horrible situation, nobody cares. Who cares? So they just ask. It is a greeting, that's all. Nothing else. Nobody wants to know your life. They have their own problems. So everyone has their own problems. Here, Sarva Jiva Abhedat. Sarva Jiva Abhedat. You may be Sukhi, but Brahma is Dukhi, poor fellow, because he has all Dukkha of all Jivas. Tadgatam akhilam api. Tadgatam means sarva jiva gatam akhilam api. Every dukkha in every jiva will be his dukkha. Dukkitvam brahmagatam eva iti. It is all brahmagata dukkha. It is all Brahma's dukkha only. Thereby, iti tatpraptihi anarthaya. Tatprapti is Brahma prapti. You want to be one with this bhinna bhinna Brahma, who is all dukkha, dukkhi, all dukkhi, sampurna dukkhi. He is purna, all right, but purna dukkhi, not the purna that the Shastra talks about, purna dukkhi. And then tatprapti anarthaya. Why do you want such Brahma? Eva syaditi sopasam, like Bhagavan Krishna, sopasam, smiling sarcastically. Oh, you're a pandita. You're talking like a pandita. So here is a aho prajna says what? So ashesha iti. This is the 78th verse in Tika. Further, what is there an introduction? Oh, couple of pages ahead, 3 pages away. What is going on? So this is like really 210. Bhagwan Bhashyakara gives a lot of bhashya there. So okay, so there is some Mula segment introducing that directly. Nothing left here. Yeah, 78th. Difficult to scroll and see. Tasmat, Sambandhokti. Tasmat, Samyageva abhitam na jnana karmano samuchaya iti upasamhriyate. After a long debate with the Purva Pakshi, who is a karma kandi, then moving on to defend Vedanta from the misinterpretations of the Veda Vedavadin. Finally, Siddhanti concludes. He says, Tasmat Samyageva abhitam. That is why it has been very well analyzed and concluded as to what na jnana karmano samuchaya iti. Jnana karmano samuchaya na sambhavati iti samyageva abhitam. Iti upasamhariyate. Now upasamhara conclusion is being done. Oh, the book is over. No, first chapter is also not over. We have 4 chapters. First is also not over. But nothing is left. So here, upasamhariyate. What? In the verse, 79th verse. Tamongatvam yatha bhanor शीतांगता यथा वारिणश्चोष्णता यद्वज्ञानस्यैवं क्रियांगता. So this is also sarcastic. Vyatireka udharana. He says, Tamaha angatvam yatha bhanoho agnehe शीतांगता यथा वारिणः च उष्णता यद्वत्. Yadvat is a single word. Jnanasya evam kriyangata. He says jnana is anga to kriya. Jnanasya kriyangata. Kriyayaha angata. Shashti tatpurusha. Kriya is karma. Karma anga. Jnana is karma anga. Purupakshi says, oh, but just now you are arguing that it is not possible. You are saying jnana is, finally you are agreeing with us. He says, yes. You know how? Yatha tamaha bhanoho angatvam. He says, just like bhanu becomes anga to tama. Tamaha angatvam. Bhanu. Tamo angatvam. Actually, tamaha, you don't split this word. Better to keep it together. Actually, tamaha I said. It's not tamaha, tamo angatvam. It is a sakaranta shabda. Sorry, the first word is samasta pada. Tamo angatvam. Tamasa angatvam, tamo angatvam. Yatha bhanoho tamasa angatvam, tamo angatvam. Just like Bhanu, Surya is subsidiary to darkness. Samuchaya. First example. Second example, Yatha agnehe shitangata. Just like Agni, fire, is subsidiary to cold. Shita. Third example, Varinascha Ushnata Yatha. Just like, the Ganga Jala water, regular water has heat. Ushnata. Similar is Yadvat. Yadvat Varinaha cha Ushnata Bhavati Tatha. Similarly, what? Asya evam Tatha. Instead of evam Jnanasya Kriyangata. Sarcasm. Sarcastic tone or what do you say? It is Vyatireka Udaharana. Na Sambhavati. So to give, it is not sarcasm, he says, it is Na Sambhavati. Meaning it is not possible. Just like they don't do together three examples. Similarly, this jnana cannot go hand in hand as with kriya. It is not possible. टीकाकारस्य तमोंगत्वं ज्ञानस्य कर्मांगत्व अभावे कर्मणश्च ज्ञानांगता अभावे समसमुच्चय अभावे च दृष्टांत त्रयम्. Why three examples? One would have been sufficient. Why three insults? One insult is sufficient. One sarcastic. When you are like this. No, you are like this also, like that also, and another, the third also. Why do you insult him thrice? Siddhanti says he brought up three pakshas. Jnana karma samasamuchya, jnana as subsidiary to karma, and karma as subsidiary to jnana. So three examples. All three samuchayas are like these samuchayas. So he says, jnanasya karma angatva abhave. Jnana cannot be subsidiary to karma, cannot be anga to karma as angi. For that, karmanascha jnanangata. This is one paksha. Jnana cannot be anga to karma. One example. Second, what? Karmanascha jnanangata. Karma cannot be anga to jnana. Second paksha. Jnanangata abhave. And then samasamuchaya. Karma and jnana both go together. They do equal work and thereby get moksha. Getting moksha. That is also not possible. So samasamuchaya abhave cha drishtanta. So three examples to counter three pakshas. Three varieties of samuchaya are not possible. They are shown with three examples. Kriya angata ityatra kriyam pratyangata kriyam prati angata. So kriya angata means kriya prati angata. Kriyam prati angata. Kriya angam asya iti kriya angata. Iti ubhayata drashtavyam. Both ways. So what is the understanding? Kriyam prati angata. Towards the kriya, this fellow is jnana is subsidiary. This is one way to understand. Second is what? Kriya angam asya. Meaning opposite. Kriya is anga to this. Kriya is anga to this. But anyway, three examples will cover it. You don't need to cover both in the same example. In one example, it can be done. Iti uvayata drashtayam. Meaning they'll have opposite meaning. Kriya anga means what? Kriya anga yes asya. Kriya is anga of this jnana. So thereby, jnana will have kriya angata, meaning kriya will become its anga. So one example can cover both pakshas also. This is what is shown. Ubhayata drashtavyam. Meaning anga angi bhava will be reversed if you take these two different meanings. Okay, that completes the refutation of the Veda Vedavadi. Now, Tikakara introduces the next Sambandhokti towards 80, moving towards 80. Kevala karmanam jnana samuchitanam va moksha sadhanatvasya nirakaranaat. Jnanasya eva moksha sadhanatvam siddham. Jnana has been established as moksha sadhana. Sakshat. Now he says kevala karma or jnana samuchita karma. Whether it is karma on its own, that anyway we have not accepted. Then again, kevala karma and further what? Jnana samuchita in any kind of combination, three combinations. None of those three will also work. So karma alone will not give moksha, and along with jnana, karma in any of these three combinations or setups will not give moksha. Moksha sadhanatvasya nirakaranat. Cannot be moksha sadhana. It has been refuted. Because it has been refuted, what has been established very well? Jnanasya eva moksha sadhanatvam siddham. Jnana alone is sadhana to moksha. This has been established very well. Now, tatra, so now 79 verses have gone by. I think we are still at what, class 45 or something. Patha number 45, 46, whatever. Now, why do you need to make any other verse? So it's all done. All done, right? So tatra kim uttara grantha sandarbhena iti ashankya. So what are you going to do in the rest of the grantha? So many are there. In fact, I think 100 plus in the 100 in the first chapter. Then there are hundreds in the other three chapters also. So what are you going to do with such a long grantha? It is done then. सो तत्र किम् उत्तरग्रन्थसन्दर्भेण इति आशङ्क्य प्रमेयस्य उपपादितत्वे अपि तदुक्तीनाम् अनिराकरणे तत्पक्षो न निराकृत इति मन्दमतीनाम् आशंका स्यात्। तन्निवृत्ते तदुक्तीनां क्रमेण खण्डनाय उत्तरग्रन्थ इति आह यथोक्त इति। Says, okay, we have given our tarka and refuted, but he has also given tarka. The entire initial this thing was what? There was akshepa, and akshepa, and he has said that how karma can lead to moksha. That has not been refuted shabdata. You have not taken their verses and then shown what is the flaw in that. They have also, they have some darshana, you have some darshana, you have argued all right, but they have also used something as pramana and they've established something. You have not countered those. So there are people, no, but what he asked, that is not answered. They can't see the answers in the entire Sandarbhagon. You have not taken their words and then, it has not been corrected to their verses there. But that is not his question. You may say, somebody may say that is not his question. We have answered all of that, but it has not been connected. Some people can't connect it because there are some set of verses which have come by. And then of the Pura Pakshi, and then Siddhanti established his own Siddhanta, then refuted the earlier Paksha, and now Siddhanta stands out. So we should really conclude, like second chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavan Krishna concluded. Arjuna had a question. Why? Mandamati. He is one of us. Mandamati. So here also same thing. People will ask questions, but what about what he said? He also said something. What about that? How do you connect there? So people can't see. So like what? After Ramayana, entire Ramayana is over, who is Sita Maiya? That is one question. But somebody, it seems, asked, whose father was Sita? Somebody asked this question after the entire Ramayana is over. He does not even know which gender is what. So whose father was Sita? So somebody said that, as a joke. This is how you the example. So here, what happened to his questions? Therefore, what? Prameyasya upapaditatve api. The Prameya Brahma, that has been, analyzed as to what this Brahma is, why karma and jnana won't work there, but still, tad uktinam anirakarane. Tadukti, Purva Pakshi has given some yuktis, right? So he has given some yuktis and he has made some statements using those yuktis. So tad uktinam Anirakarane tatpaksha na nirakruta iti. Then what he talked about, Shabdata, that we have not countered. And if we don't counter it, then somebody will think, oh, that has not been answered. You just made your, you gave some pramana, but what about our pramana? His pramanas have not been answered. Thereby, iti, so tatpaksha na nirakrutaha iti mandamatinam ashanka syat. Oh, he's argued something, Siddhanti has argued something, but Purva Pakshi is also right in his own place. This may be the conclusion, right? He is also right. Because he also used something. Has he not studied? Because finally what? Oh, you think you are right, but there are so many darshanikas who have come up. Even later on, Vedantis, they call themselves as Vedanti. They have not studied Shastras. Don't they know? They also know. So let them also be right. This may be the understanding. So therefore, Mandamati naam ashanka syat. Bhavati eva, sambhavati otherwise, at least. Not bhavati eva, sambhavati. Sambhavati eva. Tannivrutte taduktinam kramena khandanaya. So whatever statements have been made by the Purva Pakshi in sequence, in the Pratijna Siddhanti had already said, we will not use chala, etc. And we will go in krama also. So initially in the debate we answered all that. But now we are taking his shlokas in krama, what he has talked about. We are going to answer that also. He has also made akshepa. What all akshepas has he made? He has said that we have seen the entire Vedas, but we have never seen any pramana that jnana gives moksha. Purva Pakshi has said that. The onus is on you to reply. So that has not been done. Thereby, kramena khandanaya taduktina. Whatever statements of the Purva Pakshi are there, we will refute them. To refute them, khandanaya tadartya chaturthi. To refute and destroy his paksha. whatever he has stated and so to say in his mind established, Uttara Grantha iti. No, the Grantha is not over. The entire Grantha will take care of all of these now. Whatever is the following Grantha. Iti aha yathokta iti. Sambandhokti. यथोक्त उपपत्ति बलेन एव पूर्वपक्षस्य उत्सारितत्वात् वक्तव्यं न अवशेषितम् इत्यतः प्रतिपत्तिकर्मवत् पूर्वपक्ष परिहाराय यत्किंचित् वक्तव्यम् इत्यतः इदम् अभिधीयते यत्किंचित् वक्तव्यम् पूर्वपक्ष परिहाराय यत्किंचित् वक्तव्यम्. Now why he says what is the akshepa yathokta upapatti balena eva. So we have used lot of tarka, sarcasm also ending with sarcasm. Aho prajna. So we have shown impossibilities of karma and jnana going together and also impossibility of karma giving moksha. Why moksha is not one of apya ityadi, samskarya, vikarya. But even so, yathokta upapatti balena, the yukti which has been used with pramana basis, shruti pramana basis shown by Siddhanti, with that alone, Purva Paksha se utsaritatvat. Purva Paksha has been completely uprooted. It has been, there should be no Purva Paksha to this. But still, Vaktamyam na avasheshitam. There is nothing to be said, nothing more to be said. This is the thinking, right? Because we understand it is okay, done and dusted. Ityataha, although there is nothing to be said because Purva Paksha has been completely uprooted. Still, pratipatti karma. What is pratipatti karma? Nishphalakam, really. There is no phala for the Purva Pakshi. Purva Pakshi agrees now, he has nothing. But some Siddhantis may need some help. Mandamatis. So here he says, pratipatti karma. After the Vaidika karma is over, the big yagas, where there are rules which are to be, these days we don't see it. I have seen it in one yaga. I had seen one Soma yaga in nearby Kashi. Gone to Kashi, I had seen a Soma yaga. Went on for some 5 days. There I had seen this Yajmana use this. There is something. There is a black deer's horn which has to be used. See, when we are generally sitting here, mosquito bite and all that, or even then, there's some itching somewhere. You cannot itch with your hands, ashuddha. When you are doing Vaidika karma, you cannot use your nails and itch. I have a itch, I just start off, won't work, should not be done. So to itch also, you have to use a black deer's horns. So it is kept for that. So to itch yourself also, you have to use that. Now, what do you do with this? The question is what? What do you do with that horn now? So that is pratipatti karma. It will not give you phala. This pratipatti karma will not nishphalakam. Why? After it is over, it has to be disposed of. You can't reuse that. So after the yaga is over, the whatever satra is over, then a hole has to be dug up, and then this deer horn has to be put into that, and that is the pratipatti karma. So he says pratipatti karma, what like the pratipatti karma, nothing to be done. Now nothing is remaining, but still pratipatti karma, you have to close, right? You can't just finish off the yaga and go away. You have to close. Basically, whatever are the pending things to take care of. This is like that. Pratipatti karma. What? Purva paksha pariharaya. What is the pratipatti karma here? Purva paksha parihara. To do parihara of the purva paksha completely. Yat kinchid vaktavyam. Yat kinchid vaktavyam. Something should be told so that his verses which have gone by Shabdata, they are also counted. Ityatha idam abhidhyate. Thereby the next shloka, what is it? Is there an introduction to that? Okay, no. So mukte kriyabhisiddhatvad. Mukte kriyabhisiddhatvad ityadyanuchitam bahu. Ityadyanuchitam. Mukte kriyabhisiddhatvad ityadyanuchitam bahu. यदभाणी तदन्याय्यम यथा तद्ददुनोच्यते मुक्तेः क्रियाभिः सिद्धत्वात्. Exactly, paraphrasing, not paraphrasing, quoting his shloka, part of his shloka. Mukte kriya visiddhyatvat. What will jnana do there? Kriya karma alone can give moksha. Then what is the contribution of jnana? This was the akshepa made by the Purva Pakshi. So mukte he kriya bhihi siddhatvat ityadi anuchitam bahu yad abhani yat abhani tat अन्याय्यम यथा तत् अधुना उच्यते पदच्छेद. सो मुक्ते क्रिया भी सिद्धत्वादीन कोटेशन. ओके, इति इत्यादि इत्यादि बहु अनुचितम. लॉट ऑफ थिंग्स आउट ऑफ प्लेस. ऑलरेडी कंक्लूड. मुक्ते क्रिया भी सिद्धत्वाद. सिद्ध ही हैज यूज्ड द वर्ड सिद्धत्वाद because he is used the hetu, because mukti is due to karma, through karma, kriya. Therefore, what is use of jnana? The hetu itself is wrong. He said bahu anuchitam. It is ityadi, lot of, to put it in choicest words, lot of nonsensical things have been talked about. Anuchitam. Hey, what is this? There is no hetu bhava working there. There is no pramana. So that is the idea there. But anuchitam, it is all bahu anuchitam. Not little here and there. Completely wrong. You ask someone, he says, somebody comes and says, okay, this is my understanding. You tell me what is your understanding, I'll try and help you. So he says, this is my understanding. This is, maybe there is some little things here and there I have not understood. Can you correct it? So you see, nothing has been understood right. Everything is wrong. So here it is a bahu anuchitam. He says that there is no scope that like you say, like some things are gone wrong and you call a mechanic or an engineer and say that, okay, a little screw tight here and there or something, a little part here and there you have to change. He says, lock, stock, barrel, this wholesale, it has to be thrown, it has to be replaced. Naya lagega. Says it has to be replaced. This is beyond repair. So he says, Bhavu Anuchitam, Yad Abhani. Abhani, meaning blabbering. Whatever has been said, Abhani there, you talked something, but Yad Abhani, Tad Anyayam. See, it is not Nyayam, Anyayam. It is Anyayam. Ya pratyay is added. Nyay, double yakara. Nyaya Danapetam is Nyayam. Na Nyayam iti Anyayam. Meaning it has fallen from logic. Nyayam is what? Nyayat anapetam, which has not fallen from logic, from Nyaya. Here this is Anyayam, means Anyaya. It is the word is Anyaya. Oh, it is Anyaya. Meaning Anyaya is what? Crime. It is a crime. In Rudi Artha, it is crime. So it is Anyaya, this is criminal understanding of the Shastra. I mean, I'm just saying, using the Rudi Artha. But illogical. What it means is that Yadabhani tad anyayam, it is all illogical. Yatha, how it is, tad adhuna uchyate. How it is illogical, how it is, nonsensical interpretation will show. So the Anvaya would be what? Mukte kriyabi siddhyatvad, as it is, ityadi yad bahu anuchitam abhani. Iti yat ityadi yat bahu anuchitam abhani tad yatha anyayam tad aduna uchyate. Yatha tad anyayam tad aduna uchyate, or aduna tad uchyate. So now, how that is illogical, that will show now. This is the 80th verse, where tika, pratipatti karma vatiti. What is pratipatti karma? उपयुक्तस्य द्रव्यस्य परित्यागे. उपयुक्तस्य द्रव्यस्य परित्यागे. What is it? There is चात्वाले कृष्ण विषाणम उत्सृजेद इति. So this is that. Krishna Vishanam, the black deer's horn, Chatwal, you have to dig, and then Utsruje, there you have to dispose it of. Iti Niyamavat, like that very Niyama, Nirakrute. Nirakrute api Purva Pakshe, Tadukti Krama, Nirasaya Ayam Prayatna Ityartha. So the Tikakara says, the Paksha Nirakarana has been done. Purva Paksha has been refuted. This niyamavat nirakrute api purvapakshe nirakrute sati api, even if the purvapaksha has been refuted, still tad uktikrama nirasaya. Whatever in sequence he has, because it looks like because this happened, therefore this, therefore this. There is a stepwise, there is a krama of refutation. There is a krama of establishing. Similarly, you should have a krama of refutation. He has used some sequence to establish hetus. This may be the thinking. Somebody may say, oh, but he derived this kind of a conclusion due to something. So there is a krama. That krama has also to be uprooted here. It has to be answered. Tadukti krama nirasaya ayam prayatna ityartha. This is the 80th verse. Further what? Tatra akurvata kriya kamya nishiddhas tyajatas tatha iti yaduktam tat tavat nirakaroti. So first of all, tavat nirakaroti. Sambanduktikara, Bhagwan, Vartikakara. Sureshwaracharya, he refutes. First of all, what does he refute? He says what has been said tatra, beginning with akurvata kriya kamya nishiddhas tyajataha tatha ityadi. So his philosophy is what? One who akurvata, for one who does not do kamya kriya, so you give up kamya kriya. So punya won't be there. If punya won't be there, you won't have devaloka prapti ityadi. You won't have punarjanma in devaloka. You will not have, you will not have more superior janmas. And then nishiddha also, tyajataha. One who does not do nishiddha karma, he gives up nishiddha karma. Therefore, one will not have adogati, will not have inferior janmas. Then tatha, then nitya karma. Then you do nitya karma. So you have given up the kamya karma and nishiddha karma. Then automatically kriya bhi mukti hi, kriya mukte hai, kriya bhi siddhatva. Mukti is possible with, why? Because if you do nitya karma, pratyavaya dosha won't be there. So with nitya karma, you have taken off pratyavaya dosha. Not doing kamya karma, you have taken care of superior janmas. You won't get superior janmas. Then superior bodies mean devaloka ityadi prapti. And then adholoka prapti also is not there because nishiddha you have given up. So what remains? You are free. This janma will be over. Prarabdha upabhogene vakshaya, prarabdha karmana. Prarabdha karma will be gone with this body. So you are free. Why do you need jnana and all that? Why make so complicated? Shravana, what is this? All of it is not needed. Naishkarmyasiddhi is not needed. That is what the akshepa is. So here he says, in that case, so what was mentioned, yaduktam tat tavat nirakaroti yoyam iti. Yaha ayam. Mula, yaha ayam kamyanam pratisiddhanam cha tyagaha pratijñayate. Kena pratijñayate? Purvapakshina. Karmakandi takes a pratijña. What? I will not do kamya karma. I will not do nishiddha karma. Nitya karma I will do and I will get moksha. This is a very simple, Stop doing what is not needed. You do what is needed. You are done. Nitya karma you do. What is the problem there? He says, yat yaha ayam tyagaha pratijñayate. Kaha pratijñayate tyagaha. Tyaga, he makes a pratijña of tyaga. What is it, tyaga pratijña? I will not do nishiddha karma. I will not do kamya karma. Right? So, sa pratijña tavat na shakyate anushtatum. You can make a pratijña. What does it take to make a New Year resolution? They are words, In, they say, walk the talk. What do you say? Walk the talk. Does he walk the talk? In the engineering terms, in software, used to say, words are cheap. Show me the code. Those who have coded, show me the code. He said, words are cheap. Oh, I'll do this. This is the design. This is how it works. Nothing. The technical people, they'll say, show me the code. You don't have to tell me anything. Just show me your code. I'll see what you have done. So walk the talk. Does he walk the talk? Here he says, yes, he has done the tyaga pratijña is easy. Sa pratijña tavat anushtatum na shakyate. That pratijña that you have done, will you be able to follow through? He says it cannot be followed through. How? You also do that. You also don't do kamya. You also don't do nishiddha. What is the problem? Siddhanti can do it, but what is this that we can't do it? Karma can't do it. Kim karanam? Says Kim karanam? Tika. तत्किम अनुष्ठितानां परित्यागः किं वा तद अनुष्ठानस्य. Siddhanti is asking what kind of tyaga will you do? Parityaga, complete tyaga, right? Tyaga is not one of is not called as tyaga. Complete tyaga. You means sannyasa, giving up. Not sannyasa really, karma meaning ekadesha sannyasa, doing nitya karma, but kamya nishiddha you don't do. So he says tatkim अनुष्ठितानां परित्याग किं वा तद अनुष्ठानस्य. What do you mean by tyaga, karma tyaga? Karma is a loaded word, okay? Karma means what? Karma means kriya also, and karma means karma phala also. Punya and papa. So by karma, do you mean punya papa or do you mean punya papa? If you mean punya papa, what is the meaning? The meaning that you will do karma tyaga, meaning punya papa tyaga. Punya papa tyaga. Punya papa also is using this as a punya karma, meaning punya kriya or punya phala. So are you saying that you will do phala tyaga, punya karma, and papa karma, phala tyaga? What does it mean? It means that you already done punya karma earlier in earlier lives, and now when the result is there, you say, I don't want it. In Vichar Sagara, those who have attended, those who remember, we have seen this paksha, very nice paksha. Puro Pakshi says what? When the punya karma phala comes in, I say, I don't want it. It is like you applied for a loan application. There I had given this example. You are given a loan application. It is passed, but you have waited long enough. You arrange the money from elsewhere. You don't need that money. So when the banker comes and says, okay, here's your loan. You say, I don't want it. This is not like that. There you can say no. This is like it will be imposed. So punya also, papa also. When the papa phala comes, you have taken the loan. And when they say you have consumed that money also, now when they say that, okay, we'll take away your house also, no, let it be, or whatever, they'll give you jail term. Somebody gives the jail term, say, I don't want it. I don't want it. You can't say no. The person will be jailed if he has committed a crime. If the crime has been done in the past, when they catch hold of you, when the result is due to you, you can't say no. This is like that. Punya and papa, if you already done karma, you can't say no when the phala comes in. Again, exception we'll see later. So here, tatkim anushtitanam parityaga, anushtitanam karmanam. Will you give up the karma that you already done? Meaning what? You will give the phala. Give up the phala. When the phala accrues to you, say, I don't want it. That is not the sankalpa. When you take the sankalpa, that is the issue. What is sankalpa is binding. When you do some karma, that time you are taking a sankalpa, I want the result. That is why you are doing it. When the phala comes in, you can't say no. It will be imposed. It's a niyama. So tatkim anushtitanam parityaga kim va tad anushtanasya. Or are you saying that now anushtana itself, meaning the kriya you will give up. You will not do kamya karma kriya. You will not do nishiddha karma kriya. Or are you saying that you will not partake of the papa phala and punya phala? So first option is you will not partake of what karma has already been done. He says iti vikalpya, making these two options na adhyayati aha. Siddhanti says first option is not possible. You have already done the karma. You can't give up the done karma. What is done, how can you give up? You can't give up. The phala will come in. So karmana hi iti. So the Sambandhoktikara says karmana hi nirvrittatmanaha dvabhyam prakarabhyam nivritti sambhavati. He says to give up the karma which you already done. We'll stop after this sentence, the first paksha. The karma that you have already done, how will you give up? He says two possibilities do exist. I'll tell you. Karmana hi nirvritta, not nivritta, okay? Nirvrittatmanaha. Nirvrittam nirvritta karmanaha. In samanati karmanaha. Nirvrittam atma swarupam. Yasya karmana tat karma is what? Nirvritta atman. Atma. Nirvritta atma is the karma. There. Nirvritta atmam you have nakaranta. karman. So like karma only, nirtatma. So that karma which has already been accomplished, done, dvabhyam prakarabhyam nivritti sambhavati. Two ways are possible, whereby you can do tyaga of the karma that you have already done. Arabdha phalasya upabhogena. What is the tyaga? See, the nivritti sambhavati. How will be the nivritti of the earlier karma? There are two ways. One, you undergo bhoga. Okay, just, you know. So, is it really nivritti? Nivritti what? Upabhogena eva kshaya. That's what it means. Nivritti, one nivritti is the karma will let you see. Basically, what you have taken a loan, you give it back, it will be done. Similarly, you have done some karma, you take the phala, do bhoga, experience. See, you have done it. Now, what can you do? So, undergo the phala anubhava, and it is done. Nivritti, then it will not trouble you. There is there is some karma phala, some dukkha is there. You know, weather the storm will pass away. Weather the storm. That's one way. Second is what? आरब्ध फलस्य उपभोगेन अनारब्ध फलस्य अशुभस्य च प्रायश्चित्तैः इति. So what has not begun to give result, you have already done. What has come across, you undergo, you experience it, you forbear it. Forbearance, say titiksha, satans titiksha so bharata. So you have some trouble, okay. But he says anarabdha, he says okay, possible papa if it is there, then look at some prayashchitta karma, do that. And anarabdha phalasya ashubhasya, here choy, I don't think choy is appropriate here, that's why choy is not there. Anarabdha phalasya ashubhasya only, not shubhasya. Shubha does not have prayashchitta. I have done a lot of good, I need prayashchitta. Nobody even thinks that. Prayashchitta is only for ashubha. When sukha comes in, who says no? Oh, I am getting sukha, I must have done a lot of punya, I don't want it, I have to do some prayashchitta so that I don't get shubha. It may be possible, somebody does not want something come. Okay, anyway, so I was going through another thread. So nonetheless, so here anarabdha phalasya ashubhasya cha prayashchittaihi iti. Through prayashchitta. There is third possibility, but we'll just look at that. Tritiyopi tyaga prakaraha akartra atma avabodhat. So that is a Siddhanta Paksha, but anyway, you don't agree, so we'll not take that. That is what he's going to say. We'll look at it in the next part. We'll go through the Tika and see. So two possibilities are there. If the karma has begun to fructify, you undergo bhoga, prarabdha. If it has not begun to fructify, you do prayashchitta karma. These are the two possibilities. Third is there, meaning take sannyasa, meaning jnanena sarva karma parityaga. That is the third option, but you don't accept that. The Purva Pakshi does not agree with that. So we are not talking about the third option. We'll stick with these two. And why it is not possible, we'll show. Further, we'll show as to Purva Pakshi didn't mean this. Purva Pakshi means the Kriya. So we'll look at that Paksha also in the next part. What is our Mangalacharana? Yat sakshat sachidanam pratyagadyoyam akriyam tannamami nrusya yogi gamyam param padam. Namaste. Dhanyavada.